Professionally, I am a master's, in fact a double master's in international relations and political science, and a law graduate. I've also had some specialized training programs in human resource management from different institutions including Cornell and also leadership programs from INSEAD. My career is a combination of several years of service, starting with the public sector in the civil service of Pakistan, where the selection is through a highly competitive countrywide examination. This is a very interesting career start. It was because it got me a chance to study into the public sector culture, the authority and decision making on a very strictly rule-based and decision making going by book. These are very structured management style, doesn't allow a lot of flexibility of taking independent decisions, and also the process time and response time is much longer. I then moved into multinational environment, first working with Exxon Chemicals. Exxon is an American company which was operations of chemical fertilizer manufacturing and marketing in Pakistan. I worked in Exxon for several years in the finance and planning. Then I moved into Bahrain with the Gulf Bank, owned by the 6 Gulf countries. And there I was, for the first time, given the responsibility of human resource policies and procedures management. This bank had a diversified group of employees from different nationalities and work culture. And working in a very diverse human resource environment was a tremendous learning challenge here. Then my next job was with the American Express Bank, where I was Director of Human Resources for several years, looking after the Pakistan market and also Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. I have also for 2 years been the Regional Director for Compensation for the Japan, Pacific, Asia, Australia market. And since then, I have been involved in large-size organization restructuring, starting with one of the largest banks in Pakistan, Habib Bank, where pre-privatization restructuring was done, which involved not only human resource restructuring, but also staff rationalization and dealing with downsizing challenges. For 3 years, I was seconded to the government of Pakistan in the Revenue Department, where Federal Board of Revenue was going through a tax reform and organizational restructuring, and I had the privilege of setting up the human resource function as a professional segment of the top management and a function, converting the organization to a functional structure, and a number of other initiatives related to human resource, which involved selection paradigm, compensation, and development of human resource. After that, I was once again involved with Habib Bank, which was privatized, and post-privatization interventions, which included cultural change, cultural reform, and restructuring, were major responsibilities, and there was a big turnaround, not only in terms of organization structure but also people management. My last job was in the power sector, the Karachi Electric Supply Corporation, which was turned into a company and then privatized, and my responsibility was as a chief operating officer, organization management, turning around the human resource, restructuring, and making the organization ready to work and move on to the private and corporate sector. Since 2010, I have set up my own human resource and management consulting company, and this company is basically called Accelerate Private Limited, and in Accelerate we are rendering services relating to HR consulting, training and development, and also in an executive search. The idea behind setting up Accelerate was actually to stem from my learnings, having worked in diverse organizations and cultures, and my observation that there is a great need to bring in some best practices in the organizations, in our organization, where there are cultural interventions needed and there are also human resource interventions needed in order to turn around these organizations from operating in a classical work style and really not leveraging the full potential of its human resource to a highly productive, competitive and performing organization. I think one of the success stories where I see my personal intervention and value creation yielding visible results is the Habib Bank story, which used to be a government-owned bank with a very classical public sector culture. There was no customer awareness, there was no customer responsiveness, there was a very slow decision making. The attire of the staff and the work culture and work environment was very classical, very indifferent, and by the grace of God, in the few years and some of the major interventions, a number of changes have been not only planned and successfully executed, but they have actually shown visible changes in the organization, visible changes in the behavior of employees, not only towards customer but also towards the organization itself, a focus on productivity and profitability. And HBL organization as an organization is now very conscious of its stakeholders' expectations. It is very conscious of devising a corporate strategy where stakeholder expectations are not only met but exceeded. Our strategies and policies, implementations are focused towards enhancing the ROI and equity value of the shareholders. It is very focused towards enhancing the customer service, customer experience. It is a customer-centric organization which is achieved through several introduction of several innovative products, a continuous improvement, leveraging of technology, and also very strongly using the people, its people for turnaround of the organization. And lastly, the bank is also very conscious of the third segment of its stakeholder, which is the employees itself. There is a tremendous focus on attracting the high quality talent, retaining them, developing them, their continuous learning and development, career planning, succession planning, and taking the organization as one of the best employers in the country. HBL is a global organization. It operates in 26 countries. So the results have translated into the cultural change in Pakistan as well as all its overseas branches. And I think that it is one example, it's one case study where one can see successful human resource strategies and interventions can really bring about a success in the organization, not only in an abstract term, but really visible, measurable terms. So far as entrepreneurial focus of my career, I think in the last segment or the segment where I am now, which is the consulting thing, it is primarily it is not necessarily a profit or entrepreneurial driven initiative. The purpose of creation of Accelerate was twofold. One, of course, was financial. We want to generate revenue, which gives us the ability to grow, to expand our operations and grow and add value to bigger number of markets and broader spectrum of our customers, but also to create that value in the professionals, in the HR professionals in Pakistan, where they are actually able to change their paradigm of thought process. My observation is that most organizations in Pakistan and even in the region are treating human resource as a processing department, as a transactional, adding transactional value to the organization. And a human resource role is playing a proactive contribution to the line management, to the corporate strategy, to the business growth is missing. Human resource is always seen as a function which will be providing support and not necessarily proactively interacting with the line management in devising the business strategy, in devising the organization strategy, in advising the line management, the strengths of the human resource, the capabilities of the people we have, and in advising them that how to leverage these capabilities for evolving better and more productive and more focused business strategies. It is also not focused on what else can be done with our human resource in terms of building their professional capacity and also in terms of building their motivation level and engagement level, which unfortunately is not the human resource focus. And one of the drivers of creating of Accelerate was to create this awareness, to bring that focus in, and it will be really a treat to see human resource moving ahead with its real role, which is engaging employees, motivating them, and getting them to deliver the best results in the years to come. Accelerate actually is a team effort. We have a small team, but a combination of very senior people and a combination of some very young professionals. We work together like a team, like a family, and we really enjoy learning from each other. So every day is a new learning day for Accelerate. Within our team and also while we are interacting with our customers, we do have a lot of learning flowing from our customers, and we keep on constantly changing, aligning, redefining the interventions which make sense, redefining our approach to human resource development, and it's a really a very exciting approach to our profession. I think building proper HR professionals is not a matter of choice anymore. The companies who are not focusing on human resource development are actually putting them in a competitive disadvantage. I think the companies will be overperformed by other competitors and they will be left out. The companies who are not focusing on human resource development, unfortunately, are at a great disadvantage, because if their competitors are focusing and getting better results from their people and they are not, then in the long run the companies will not be performing well, their competitors will take over, and eventually any company which is not embracing change in partnership with its employees, which is not moving ahead in its thought process, in its introduction of technology and focusing and leveraging people, is bound to lose out, and that's a recipe for failure. In my opinion, the process of learning and continuous development is highly dependent on taking regular feedback from your team, from your customers, and from your different organizations and managers within the organization and external organizations. And unless you have that constant feedback and knowledge flow, the issue of addressing, finding out opportunities for improvement will be missing. So a system of regular feedback and input from customers and from your own employees, from your own team is critical for development, because otherwise you tend to become complacent, you tend to be comfortable with what you are doing while others take you over. So there has to be a mechanism of continuous improvement, and that mechanism will actually be based on one key segment, which is communication. Communication is most important within the organization and with externals. I think the initiative of knowledge now, I would say, is not only critically needed today. It should have been brought in Pakistan earlier, but it is the only way ahead of learning for the future. The technology is available for communication, for educating people, for teaching people, for sharing knowledge, and it is not necessary for people to fly in from different places. They can even enhance their own capabilities and competencies learning through e-learning. E-learning is now becoming a very common thing in Pakistan. Actually, it's been strategically introduced in many companies, but it is still not fully benefited, fully utilized. So e-learning, the concept of e-learning and concept of using technology for learning is really very important and critical, and I see a tremendous future of e-learning in Pakistan, and mobilizing global resources at very minimal cost, global knowledge at a minimal cost for the people of Pakistan, for the employees working in different sectors, and to benefit from them in the interest of organization and employee development itself. Ensure them that as a professional I see a lot of opportunity for benefiting from them, and I wish them a great success in future.